When looking at power stations like this Allpowers R600, you need to figure out exactly what you want to use it for. And I've got three priorities. I want it to run my fridge, I want it to run fans and lights, and I want it to charge my e-bike. Let's see if this thing is up to the task. The Allpowers R600 has an impressive list of specifications that I'll run right here, but let me go ahead and summarize for you. Just like other power stations in its class, it's got all the outputs here on the front, ranging from DC to AC to various USB, as well as wireless charging up here on the top. You can charge the unit using a solar panel, a cigarette lighter, or obviously direct from your wall. But one of the things that makes this unique is that Allpowers provides an app that allows you to see the status of the unit whenever you really need to. Now, like I said at the start, I only care about this doing three things for me. I want it to run my fridge, and we'll do that test. If I'm outside, I want it to run some lights and a fan so I can stay lit and cool in the evening. And I've got an oddball one. I want it to partially charge up my e-bike battery so I can get an extra day out of it if I'm away from a power source. A key reason to have a power station like this is to provide emergency power to your refrigerator when the electricity goes out. Now, my fridge at full power runs at about 400 watts. This has 299 watt hours, so theoretically that would run the refrigerator for about 75% of an hour. But the fridge isn't running at that 400 watts continuously. So I want to go ahead and see on a typical day how much life I can get out of this power station powering this fridge. I've got everything hooked up here, and you can see my refrigerator at steady state here, not actively freezing, is drawing 39 watts, and that's good for 5 hours. But I just looked at my app, and it's only drawing 24 watts now, which means it'll last 8 hours. And that confirms what I told you earlier, that the amount of wattage this fridge takes is variable depending on where it is in the cooling cycle. So how do you mitigate that if you don't want to run out of power? Well, you hook it up to a solar panel, and I'm going to show you that next. And I'll jump ahead to let you know that I was getting 112 watts, I think, down to 68 watts depending on where the sun was. So think about that. I could put an extension cord on the unit because it does provide for pass-through charging, where I can have it charging, go to the unit, and then directly out to an appliance. And with that, I would have plenty of power to run this all day. Let's go check out the solar panel and how I set that up. So the first thing I noticed is that it comes with industry standard hookups. All I have to do is put this in over here on the side, and then it hooks right into my solar panel, and we'll see what the input voltage is. It's a late October day, so I don't anticipate that there's going to be a lot of solar energy, but let's look at the panel here and see what's going on. I'm getting about 112 good watts of input on this, and that's well within the specs for this particular solar generator. It likes to be between 12 and 60 volts and less than 300 watts, so I'm within specs. Looking at the panel here, I'm 72% charged right now, and it says that it's going to take another 58 minutes at the input I'm getting off my solar panel to become fully charged. So I'll just leave it. We'll come back in an hour or so and see where we end up. Well, it's been an hour. Let's see if this thing is charged up. And it says it's got 3 minutes left to go. It's 99% charged. So that's pretty awesome. Now the Earth is rotated a little bit in relation to the sun, and now I'm only getting 63 watts of input. But that's still enough to charge this thing up. I've got a fan and a light. Let's go ahead and turn the fan on high. I see that it's pulling about 64 watts. It's at 45% right now, and that's going to be good for an hour of use. Now typically I'll run the fan on low, and that's going to drop it down to 41 watts, 42 watts. So I think that'll last a decent amount of time. Without the fan, I'm down to 17 watts, so the light can run for a long time by itself. Well, let's go check out the e-bike battery and see what the deal is with that. I've got everything plugged in. My e-bike battery from Magicycle's back there. It was about 58% full, and this is pulling out 150 to 151 watts right now, and it's got about an hour of charge to be able to put in here. I think that that may be enough to get this battery up to 100%. Not bad. Got it up to 82 from 58. Now that this is fully discharged, let's see how long it takes to charge it back up to 100%. The manufacturer says that this will charge in about an hour with a 400 watt input from the wall. Well, I hooked it up. I got about 315 watts, and it took just over an hour to recharge. That's lightning fast, and I could put this back into business quickly. So there's another thumbs up. Well, there you go. That's my summary of the Allpowers R600. I think it performed just fine, and at the price that it is right now, it's a true bargain. Comments? Have you used this unit? If so, throw them down below. As always, there's a link to this in the description.